the branded add to cart percentage is this one, total orders is this one, the branded orders is so less. Here you can see share, obviously we are taking very less share as well, that is obvious. Now let's assume you have identified a really good keyword. Obviously if you identify there is a good keyword with good CR percentage, that is conversion to that particular category, you can see here what is the impression, what is the CTR percentage, what is the add to cart, what is the add to cart percentage, what is orders and CR percentage. Hello everyone, welcome to the part 2 of the search query performance report, how to utilize it to make sure your PPC campaigns performs better. So in the part 1, I have shown you at brand level what decisions in your PPC you can make through this report. Now in part 2, I'm going to show you at ASIN level, because this is going to be the most important part out of this 2 parts video series, because you have to make decision on each ASIN level. Now the tool that I am using, it is called HECTOR. If you want to use this tool, make sure you reach out to the email address provided below. I'll make sure you get a coupon code to try this out at a reasonable price. Now, this is by far the only tool available right now in Amazon Marketplace or in our community that provides this data combining with search query performance report. Now, last part I have shown you at brand level. This part I'm going to show you at ASIN level so that everything remains very clear and very to the point. So now if I just scroll down, I'll see at ASIN level, you can see I'll just scroll down to ASIN level here. Now what I can do here is I can sort by brand order so that it shows the top performing ASIN. Now this is the top ASIN, so I can select this so that every data organizes based on this. Now if you can see here, the total impression received by this ASIN is this one, the total clicks received by this one is this one, total brand clicks you can see here. So this is the total click that is available in the marketplace, and this is the brand clicks. That is the non-branded CTR percentage. This is the branded CTR percentage, which is damn good. You can see non-branded add to carts and obviously branded add to carts. Here is the non-branded add to carts. Obviously you can see the add to cart, we are missing out a lot. We are not converting good for this. This is the total orders. This is the brand orders. Obviously we are probably taking very less percent of the market share, you can see. So now if I just go a little bit here, the conversion rate, you can see the conversion rate, the brand conversion rate, this one, the share is this one, the market share is this one, which is obviously very less, right? So what we can do probably here, let me just show you if we just come down a little bit. So what you can identify from here is obviously, now here we can do one thing. So this is at ASIN level. So what we can do is we can probably select only one ASIN, or you can select this one only, and the rest data optimizes based on that. Now if you see, all the data will be optimizing based on this ASIN that we have selected. And now we can see and make decision based on what is performing and not performing for that ASIN only. And this data is coming directly from Amazon. That is why there is nothing to be worried about the accuracy of this, because this is pure accurate data that is coming from Amazon. Now if we just scroll down a little bit here, we can see all the categories for this, and you can see all the keywords here. Now if you see this category, now it shows all the categories for this ASIN that is responsible for this ASIN. And obviously here you can see the conversion rate, and the percentage that we are sharing is very less. You can see the percentage that we are sharing is around 0.59% market share we are taking. That is very less, obviously. So obviously there is room to improve. Now if I just sort by brand orders, or let's just go to keywords. So we can go at keyword level to identify which keyword is getting more sale or maximum sale for this ASIN. We can sort by brand orders. And here you can see this is probably the keyword in which we are getting maximum sales. And you can see how much we are taking and how much market share we are having right now. The total query available is 38,000. Total impression available is 949,000. Total clicks is this. Branded clicks, that means how much are we taking, is very less. Here you can see non-branded CTR is this one. Branded CTR is obviously, CTR is good. That means our, so if CTR is bad, obviously there is only few things that you should see. Obviously the pricing, your pricing, how much it is different from your competitors, the main image is good or not, then obviously your reviews, then obviously your the keywords you are targeting, and then obviously it goes to your competitors as well. If you see your CTR is moving down, then obviously your competitors might be changing something in the pricing, main image, that might be the case, or their ranking is coming up. Now if you see the branded add to cart percentage is this one, total orders is this one, the branded orders is so less, here you can see. And obviously the percentage share, obviously we are taking very less share as well, that is obvious. Now obviously here what we can do is, if we see the conversion rate CR percentage is good for us, if you see the CTR percentage is good for us, then obviously we can take that keyword, because that is a high intent keyword, because that is converting good for us with high CTR. If that is a high intent keyword for us, we can probably use that keyword and put it in our title to get in terms of the SEO perspective, and then we can push the ads to get really good ranking as well. So that is something that you can do here. Obviously if I just come down a little bit here to see how it is performing, what is the CTR percentage and all. Now this particular dashboard can also help you to identify the trend, that how is your ASIN trend moving on. If you see here, obviously there was a downtrend here, and you can also identify which is your season or which is your month, that you can see here as well. So this is a total impression, total queries. Here you can see the branded impression, branded clicks, branded add to carts, branded orders. So obviously here you can see in the January period, there was some hikes. And if I just go down to the CTR percentage, you can see here, this is how the CTR percentage goes. Now this is obviously moving to a downtrend, obviously because for this particular product, the season is finishing. The season was in February and this is finishing right now. That is why the CTR is at a downtrend. Obviously this particular data can help you to identify the trend as well. You can see the add to cart is also at a downtrend, because obviously the season is finishing. That is why the add to cart is also at a downtrend. And this here you can see the non-branded CR percentage, conversion rate percentage, and your branded conversion rate percentage, so that you can compare how the market is performing, how the other products are performing other than your brands, and how is your brand performing. So obviously if you make any changes in PDP or your ads targeting, you can probably see the difference here. Now because Amazon also provides their split test as well, but that split test is time consuming, takes a lot of time, lot of complexity is there. But here if you're making any changes, you can probably come and see how much in change in your add to cart percentage, how much change in your CTR percentage is happening. Let's assume you have changed something in this period, 16 to 23rd January, and you can probably see what that change is bringing on in terms of your campaign performance, your PDP performance, your product performance, whether your impression is rising, whether your conversion is rising, whether your CTR is rising or not. Now let's assume you have identified a really good keyword. Obviously if you identify there is a good keyword with good CR percentage, that is conversion percentage with good CTR, and you're converting good for that is a high intent keyword, then you can obviously go into your targeting report or keyword report and search in which campaign those keywords are being used, and make sure you push hard on those in order to get your ranking good on that keyword, because now you know exactly you are converting really well, so you need to push, and that will increase your brand share as well, which will bring on more conversion rate, more sales, more add to carts. So that was ASIN view. Now I'm going to show you a more depth about the category. Now we are going to go at the catalog performance, and here we can identify about the trends, the seasons, and all those kind of things. So now what this shows you is, this actually gives you the category kind of thing, the category dashboard thing. Now if I just scroll down a little bit here you can see how the category is performing for us. So now this is our category performance. Here you can see if I just short by one category, which is I am shorting by the category here. Now it shows all the data relevant to that particular category. You can see here what is the impression, what is the CTR percentage, what is the add to cart, what is the add to cart percentage, what is orders and CR percentage, that is conversion rate percentage. Now that is not important here, because if we are going down, we can see how the trend is moving on. We can also select each ASIN as well to see the trend here, how it is moving on. Now if you see here, you can see the impressions available in January, the impressions, the add to carts, everything in January to Feb was really high, because that was the season for this particular account. You can also see the same trend on the CTR percentage as well. Here you can see February, March, January to February, the CTR percentage was really high for this particular account. Here you can also see the add to carts were really high during Feb to March period, which was their season. So you can obviously identify a good trend out of this, that which category is giving you trend in which month, and you can make sure that your campaigns are optimized for that month so that you can get more out of that season. And you can also view a lot of things here. Now this is, if you don't know, this is a report that is given by Hector, which is a tool that we're using. And if you want to use this tool, then you can email us. The email address is below. You can email us. I'll make sure you get a coupon code to try this out. Now this report, you can also see one thing. If you see that your last month's impressions were down. Now this report can also give you some more important data here. If I just scroll down to the graph as well, if you see there is something happening with your account, and for a particular category or product line, your impressions or your sales of last month was higher and it is decreasing on this month, then you can probably come and check whether the impression trend or whether the query trend is going down or not, whether the click trend is going down or not, because that will indicate that yes, there is a market. The market is behaving differently. It is the overall market that is performing on a downtrend, not just your product. This is something that you can check in this category report as well, in this catalog performance as well, dashboard. So if I just scroll up a little bit, you can see it gives you data each ASIN level as well. Here, if you see, there are a few things that you can change. If you see there is not performing good based on other competitors or non-branded percentage, if you see the add to cart percentage is lower for your end, that means obviously there needs to be something that needs to be changed. Trust needs to be more in your PDP product detail page. Then you have to make sure you have to work on the rest images, the product video, the A+ content, the brand story, whether you're using premium A+ content or not, whether the Q&A section justifies the question that the customer have in their mind or not, whether the first page reviews are well optimized or not. CR percentage and add to cart percentage are really dependent on your PDP. So you have to make sure that is optimized. Your CTR percentage is rather something different, which is rather dependent on your main image, your reviews, your price range, your competitor's price range, the change that your competitor is doing, your ranking. All these factors influences your CTR percentage as well. So this is kind of data that you're seeing from Amazon directly, and Amazon gives this data every 7 days. So make sure you're properly utilizing this data, and probably this is the only tool available in Amazon ecosystem that is giving the report for search query performance in this granular way. Now make sure you comment below if you need me to explain this particular tool in more in depth. What are the features available in it? What kind of visualizations you can see out of this tool? I will make sure I do an in-depth video or a training on this tool as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you again in next video.